So I've just spent 2 nights at the hostel there, Hucker House Hostels, and I've got to say, I'm quite impressed. I mean, the location is fantastic and got a good night's sleep. Facilities are brilliant. Yeah, it's a thumbs up from me. And it's a great way as well if you are on a budget, because New Zealand is costly. Now, one thing you may have noticed is the weather has turned on the day I'm leaving, and that is a shame, but it all looks mysterious now. So it's good to see it in this light as well, I guess. And last night, just before I went to bed, there was a guy doing some entertainment on here, a Scottish guy. At least he was dressed in a kilt and everything, and he was very humorous. We were watching the skies, and well, it was pretty cloudy last night as well. It's even worse today. But we did manage to see Venus, the planet Venus. So yeah, that was really good. But it's time to say goodbye to Lake Tekapo. Much as I don't want to leave, there are so many places to see in New Zealand. You have to like split up your time between everything. Otherwise you won't get to see as much as you want to. So, got to hit the road. And we're off to Wanaka. It's about a 2-hour drive, maybe slightly less. Bound to be things on the way though to have a look at. Got to add as well, there was free parking in Lake Tekapo, which is amazing, right near the hostel and right near the sites. Amazing view. They could charge for this, but shh, don't tell anybody. Free's good, isn't it? So on the way to Mount Cook, there's a scenic stop-off, and this is what you get. Your reward for just turning off the road. New Zealand is full of places like this. Beautiful lakes, snow-capped mountains, absolutely gorgeous. So this is the Punatahu Visitor Centre. I know that because there's a sign that's upside down just there. I don't know what's happened to that sign. Anyway, Punatahu, hopefully I'm saying that right, Visitor Centre. So we're looking at Lake Pukaki through there and Mount Cook in the far distance, middle of the screen. And they farm salmon here. So the shop here sells delicious fresh salmon straight from the lake. And this tells you all about it. The colour of the lake is just outstanding. I know it's only a picture, but you've seen it, what I've filmed as well. And then you've got this room that really shows things off, surrounded by rocks. And this big window showing off the view. Bit of works going on here as well. So there you go, Lake Pukaki and Mount Cook in the background. That's where we're heading to. Better carry on the route. It's so tempting though to stop off at all these scenic stops. Just can't help it. And this is the shop. Got an amazing view as well. And if people don't know where Mount Cook is, you can stand there and look directly ahead, and there's Mount Cook. Delicious fresh salmon here, straight from the lake and to be sold. Love it. Had a nice coffee there as well. Right, let's crack on. Thank you. Oh, and I must show you this. The tar of New Zealand. Dedicated to Henrietta, Dowager Duchess of Bedford, 15th of March 2014, in recognition of the contribution made by the Dukes of Bedford and the Russell family to the preservation of the Himalayan tar internationally. Commissioned by Game and Forest Foundation of New Zealand. And there's all the history of the tar. Cool. Right, I keep getting distracted. So, let's head on. Well, I've just stopped off at another point on the way to Mount Cook. We're about 10k away now. And this is quite something. Mount Cook there, directly ahead. Highest mountain in New Zealand. And I'm the only one here at this spot. It's another little cutaway from the road. And they're a good idea because I've seen people actually stop their cars in the middle of the road to take pictures. And really they should wait for a place like this, where it's an offshoot off the road. Much, much safer. But anyway, some people, you know, I've also seen them stand in the middle of the road and I'm coming at them at 100 kilometers an hour and they're taking their pictures. Obviously I slow down. It's just, it amazes me, some people. It's like, why would you do that just for a picture? Anyway, take my own advice and I'm not going on the road. And there's nothing coming anyway. And here we are, a lot closer to Mount Cook. Not far to go now, less than 1.5 kilometres, I think. And you can see it much more clearly. This is a popular spot for people taking photographs. It's very windy though, and it's a bit chilly. I must admit, I should probably wear a jacket. And the scenic flights, there's a helicopter over there. I don't know if you can see it or not, probably not. It's just been up the mountain, looking overhead. Must be a stunning view from the sky. It's stunning from the ground. So there you go, Mount Cook from about 1.5 k's away. And we'll try and get even closer now. So I've just driven down the Hunter Valley to get here, which is the closest you can get to Mount Cook. And there's various scenic trails you can do, which we'll find out more. There's a visitor centre here. So I'll go and check that out. The White Horse Hill car park. And it's the Hunter Valley track I'm after. There's a sign in front of us. The visitor centre behind. And there, the magnificent Mount Cook. I know that the videos this time do not do this justice. It looks outstanding. It really does. I'm looking up at a monster. Now, if you do the whole track, it's 3 hours. 1.5 hours there, 1.5 hours back. And we'll see what other trails there are as well. So you can register if you want to stay at the campground. Loos are over there. And the Kia Point track, I love those parrots. So curious. So that's an hour return. Sealy Tarns, 2 to 4 hours. And the Mueller Hut route, 3 to 5 hours. That's one way, wow. That's the longest route then. So potentially that could be 10 hours that you spend doing the Mueller Hut route. I hope that's worth it. I'll have to look that up, people that have done the Mueller Hut route. In fact, if you've done it, let me know in the comments. I just haven't got that amount of time. And I don't know whether I'm fit enough, to be honest. 10 hours, return, around, wow. So this little building houses the loos. And also there's a public shelter here. I guess in case the weather gets too bad as well. Somewhere you can hide out. People camping here, etc. And they've got sinks so you can prepare food, somewhere to sit, maybe groups who are visiting here and going about the trails. They've got somewhere inside they can go, out of the elements. Nice day today though, if a little cold and quite windy. Anyway, and that's all there seems to be here really. So I've decided which trail I'm going to go on. I'm going to go on the Kia trail, which is an hour return, because I love Kia parrots. They're very curious little things. Be warned though, if you come across them, I've seen them in Arthur's Pass and on the way to Milford Sound. They like rubber of cars and shiny things, so they will try and dismantle. Be like baboons, but not quite as aggressive. But they'll really attempt to nick it from you. So there you go, Kia Point track, 1 hour return. That's the one I'm going to do. Mainly because I'm tight for time a little. I've just seen it's going to take about 2.5 to 3 hours to get to Wanaka from here, which is my next destination. So I don't want to arrive too late. I try not to drive in the dark, just because, you know, safer that way. I don't mind driving in the dark, to be honest, but I'd just rather not, especially roads that I don't know. Kia Point, 30 minutes. Avalanche danger. Oh, great. So not only earthquakes, but now avalanches. So, moderate, low, low. High alpine, well, we're not going there. So that's a moderate risk, but low risk, what we're doing. My mum will be happy. Okay, Kia Point, 1.7 kilometres. Well, I'm a few minutes into the walk now. Haven't seen any Kia parrots yet. Haven't even heard them. Still, there's hope. It's very early in this walk yet. I'll bring you back in a bit, just so you don't hear me being out of breath. Tell you one thing, there's good drainage here. Come across loads of those. Oh, there's another one. And quite a few people are passing me by, going back to the car park, having done the trail. So, must be another popular route, this one, because it's the shortest. Sound of the birds, lovely. Tell you what though, that mountain there, looks like it's been a lot of land slippage. Should I be worried? No. It'll be fine. That's what I'm telling myself anyway. So here's a little crossroads. We're heading to Kia Point, so we're going right. You can head to the village by going left. Sealy Tarns is right, Mueller Hut is right. White Horse Hill campgrounds, back to where we came. So we've only been walking 5 minutes. And Hooker Valley, back to where we came. Okay. So we're not going that way, because that's to the village. Kia Point, right. Just checking, I'm going the right way. And let's head here. Away from the land slippage. I probably worry about things too much, but I never expected when I last came to New Zealand for there to be an earthquake in 2016. What are the chances? I was only there for a month. Not sure if that used to be a river. If it did, it's very dry now. So it's a very gentle gradient, this walk. It's not too bad. I have heard that some of the walks are very strenuous and very steep. The youth told me in Lake Tekapo they run up these mountains just for fun. Tell you what though, I'm 52 and I'm glad I'm doing this trip now rather than leave it till I retire, whenever that will be. Let's call it 70, because would I be able to do this walk at 70? I'm not so sure. Nobody knows. Tell you what though, if I can, I will. I'll be back. And hopefully that land won't slip. Hopefully there'll be more Kia parrots as well. I'm a bit disappointed I haven't seen any yet. Or heard any. Come out, wherever you are. It's probably because I haven't brought the car with me. Ah, that's it. They'll all be attacking my car. Oh well, no going back yet. Another sign. Sealy Tarns left, Mueller Hut left, 3 hours return. Mueller Hut 3 hours, so 6 hours return from here. And Kia Point 15 minutes from here, that direction. So actually we've done half of it already. Half done. There we go. Maybe I'm fitter at walking than I think. I do try and walk quite a distance every day, and I do at least 10,000 steps, at least, most days. And actually, if you can put a gradient into your walk, like this has, that's all the better for getting fitter. This gradient's getting steeper. You can probably tell because my breaths are getting heavier. So beautiful though. Oh yeah, we're getting steeper now. There are times you can't do any of the walks because of the weather, and they shut the road, apparently. Tell you what, have good footwear for this walk. I've got trainers on, which are okay. Maybe hiking boots, even better. The other thing to bring is water. Make sure you stay hydrated. Oh, and sunscreen. Always essential. So the ridge in the far distance, just before the mountain, basically where the green ends, that's the end of this Kia route. So not far to go. And I only know that that's the end of the route because one of the walkers who was coming back down, I just asked him, when does this end? So not far. Cool, I'll tell you what though, the end bit is getting very steep. Oh. Anyway, onwards. I'm glad I didn't do one of the other routes. I was just thinking as well, especially on my own. The good thing with this route is there's quite a few people that do it. So I've passed quite a few people. Still, better if you can be with somebody. And stick to the path. Don't fancy going down there. Okay, it's got a little bit flatter. The gradient's eased off a little. Come a long way. That goes round the corner. Still no Kias. Disappointed with that. It's called Kia Point. And here we are. Oh wow. This view up here is stunning. I shall show you in a second. So keep to path, see, it's just what I was saying. Delicate vegetation, unstable cliff edges. Notes heeded. So that's that way. And that's that way. Closer to Mount Cook. And a viewing platform dead ahead with a couple of people. And some sheer cliffs there. I'll show you the drop in a minute, safely of course. And that actually took 23 minutes, according to my watch. There you go. So yeah, this is the whole view. Amazing. That was definitely worth it. Here's the little viewing platform. Got it all to myself now at the moment. 2 people left. And actually, in front of us there is Mount Sefton, according to this. Just been talking to the people about it as well. And just to the right of Mount Sefton is the footstool, and then Sefton Biv, and it's straight through there in the middle. That's Mount Cook, and the cloud is clearing for us, which is fantastic. You've got Nozomi, Ball Pass to the right, and Mount Wakefield. So I'll show you all that on the screen as well, this little picture that I'm looking at. And we should be able to see Mount Cook with little cloud. Just managed to catch it. Because that's been covered for a long time, the drive up here. And look, it's getting covered again. Just a tiny window of cloud. It kind of sucks in the cloud. And this is Glacial Lake and glacial ice. So I must admit, I did think that was Mount Cook, but it's Mount Sefton on the top left, 3,151 metres. And you compare that to Mount Cook in the background there, which is 3,593 metres. Just touching the cloud again. That's the track we came up. And there's a 360 view for you from the viewing platform. So I hope you enjoyed that. Give it a thumbs up, a like if you enjoyed the sights here at Mount Cook in New Zealand. And I highly recommend one of these walks, or do all of them if you've got time and the fitness. Definitely worth doing this one. The only thing that would make it even better is if I manage to see some Kia parrots, but I'm sure we'll see some of those along the way in our future escapades. Right, I'm going to make the walk back down now, and Mount Cook has showed itself from behind the cloud. Stunning. So heading back down now from the Kia trail. Thoroughly enjoyed that. So this should take just over 20 minutes, I think, because it's downhill and then flat. You can see how far that we've come. My car is way in the distance. Now actually I'm not ready to leave yet. I've made it down from the Kia trail, even though we didn't see any Kias. more avalanche danger. So just before I leave, I'm doing the Hooker Valley walk, part of it anyway, a tiny bit, because it says it's only about 5 minutes walk to get to the first swing bridge. So I've been walking for about 5 minutes, but shouldn't be too far. Alpine Memorial. Let's have a quick look. Oh, yes. So I've made it to here, and we have the Mueller Lake Lookout and Hooker Valley. So left Mueller, Hooker Valley right. We'll go Mueller Lake Lookout. And there we are. The rumble and crash of an ever-changing landscape. Can you hear the rocks and snow tumbling down from the mountains above? Yes, I could. And the rushing of water. It's the sound of change, glaciers retreating, mountains being torn down by water and ice. Incredible. And there's the first bridge. Glacial water running underneath. And there we go, a little look at the Hooker Valley at least. Down to the first bridge. All the mountains around as well, of course. The glacial water. Interesting what the sign says. 100 years ago the glacier filled the valley floor, and you could have walked onto the glacier from right near here. Took about half an hour to get here. I wasn't actually going to do this walk, but I have, and I'm glad I have. I'd like to do more, but I really got to get cracking. I've got a few hours drive ahead, and it's now 4:30.